Alright guys, let's talk about something I see all the time, and honestly it makes me cringe every single time. You've just spent the weekend detailing your car, the paint is gleaming, the tires are shining, and the interior is spotless. Now you pop the hood, and what you see is a mess of dirt, grime, and oil caked onto everything. The temptation is huge. You see that pressure washer sitting in the corner of your garage and you think, this will take 2 minutes. You grab that wand, crank it up to full blast and start spraying everything under the hood. This is probably the single biggest and most damaging mistake. It seems like a quick and easy solution, but you could be setting yourself up for a world of hurt and very expensive repair bills. It's an easy trap to fall into. High-pressure water is fantastic for blasting mud off your fender wells, or stubborn grime off your concrete driveway. So, why wouldn't it work on a greasy engine? The problem is that an engine bay isn't a simple solid block of metal. It's an incredibly complex web of sensitive electronics, delicate sensors, intricate wiring harnesses, and carefully sealed connections. That powerful, concentrated jet of water you're using is powerful enough to compromise seals, force its way into electrical connectors, and wreak havoc on components that were never designed for that assault. It's like using a fire hose to water a delicate houseplant. You're not just watering it, you're destroying it. Think about all the different systems packed into that tight space. You have the alternator, which generates your car's electricity. You have the fuse box, which is the nerve center for all your car's electronics. You have the engine control unit, or ECU, which is the brain of the entire operation. These components have some level of weatherproofing, but they are absolutely not designed to handle a 2000 psi jet of water shot from 6 inches away. You're not just cleaning, you're performing a high-pressure injection of water into places it should never, ever be. The potential for short circuits, corrosion, and outright failure of critical parts is incredibly high. So, before you even think about pulling that trigger, take a step back. The goal is to clean the engine, not to kill it. A clean engine bay is a fantastic thing, but not at the cost of your car's reliability. So, you've wisely put the pressure washer away, that's a great start, but the next pitfall is grabbing the wrong cleaner. You see thick baked-on grease on the valve cover and want something super strong. So you reach for heavy-duty oven cleaner concrete degreaser brake cleaner. These are powerful for their job, but disastrous for your engine bay. They're caustic or highly acidic cleaners. They aggressively break down carbon and grease but can't tell grime from parts. Side effects: aluminum parts can etch and discolor, intake manifold alternator housing brackets. They can end up chalky, white, and permanently damaged. They also wreck rubber and plastic. Rubber hoses dry out and crack. Black plastic trim can stain and fade to splotchy gray. Your serpentine belt, built for grip and flexibility, can change composition, start slipping, squealing, or even snap. Wiring insulation is thin plastic. Harsh chemicals can soften it and cause shorts later. Solution: use engine-specific cleaners labeled safe for plastics, rubber, and metals. Look for water-based, balanced pH formulas. It may take more scrubbing with a brush, but you'll avoid collateral damage. Patience and the right product are key. Taking a few minutes to protect key areas changes everything. Section 5. Common mistake number 4, cleaning a hot engine. This mistake is honestly dangerous for both you and your car. So you pull into your driveway after a long drive, the engine is ticking and pinging as it cools down, and you decide now is the perfect time to clean it. But yeah, this is a very bad idea for several reasons. First and foremost is your own personal safety. The engine can be incredibly hot, reaching temperatures of several hundred degrees. Exhaust components can be incredibly hot, especially the exhaust manifold. If you accidentally touch one of these parts, you can get a severe burn instantly. Also, when you spray cool water onto these hot metal parts, it will instantly turn to steam, which can also burn you badly. You need to respect the heat and give it time to dissipate. Beyond the safety risk to yourself, spraying cold water onto a hot engine block can cause thermal shock. Or a cylinder head. Metal expands when it gets hot and contracts when it cools. Cooling it too fast can make metal contract unevenly and warp. In extreme cases, that leads to stress fractures or a cracked exhaust manifold, or a cracked engine block, or a cracked cylinder head. You wouldn't pour ice water into a hot glass baking dish straight out of the oven. Same principle. The risk might be low, but the potential consequence is catastrophic. Another problem: your cleaning products won't work as intended on a hot surface. Spray degreaser on hot metal and the water and chemicals evaporate almost instantly. That prevents dwell time to break down grease. Instead, the product sizzles and steams away, leaving a splotchy, uneven finish. You'll use way more product and get a worse result. The cleaner needs a few minutes on a cool surface to work. The solution is simple. Just wait. Ideal engine temp for cleaning. Cool to the touch, or at most slightly warm. Alright, so we've talked a lot about what not to do. Now let's go through the right way to do it, step by step, so you can get that pro-level result safely. First, make sure your engine is cool to the touch. This is non-negotiable for safety and effectiveness. Once it's cool, start the prep work. Lay out plastic bags and painter's tape, wrap the alternator, wrap the air intake or air box opening, wrap the fuse box, wrap the ECU, cover any other exposed major electrical connectors. Take your time. These 5 minutes of prep separate safe jobs from risky ones. Next, remove loose debris. Grab a soft bristle brush and sweep the engine bay. Brush away loose dirt, brush away leaves, brush away cobwebs, brush away other gunk, or use a can of compressed air or an air compressor with a blower nozzle to clear nooks and crannies. That keeps you from turning dry dirt into mud. You're removing the top layer of grime first. Now grab your automotive engine degreaser. Spray starting from the bottom and work your way up. Starting low prevents cleaner from streaking on dry surfaces. Be generous, saturate the grime. Let it dwell for 3-5 minutes or follow label directions. Don't let the cleaner dry. On warm days, work in smaller sections. After dwell time, it's time to agitate. Grab different sized detailing brushes with soft or medium bristles. Scrub all the sprayed surfaces, working the cleaner into the grime. So, you've spent an hour or two carefully prepping, cleaning, and detailing your engine bay. It looks amazing and you can finally pop your hood with pride. But is all that work just for looks? Absolutely not. A clean engine bay has several practical benefits that go far beyond just looking good at a car show. One of the biggest advantages is that it makes spotting problems so much easier. When your engine is caked in a thick layer of old oil and dirt, it's impossible to tell where a new leak is coming from. Is that fresh oil from the valve cover gasket, the oil filter housing, or the head gasket? It all just blends into the old grime. On a clean engine, however, even the smallest leak becomes immediately obvious. A tiny drip of red coolant, a small seep of brown oil, or a light spray of power steering fluid will stand out like a sore thumb against a clean engine block or a frame rail. This allows you to catch problems early, when they are often minor and inexpensive to fix. A small oil leak from a $20 valve cover gasket is an easy DIY job. But if you don't spot it and it gets worse, it can lead to low oil levels, damage to other components like the alternator below it, and a much more expensive repair bill down the road. A clean engine is your best early warning system for fluid leaks. Furthermore, a clean engine can actually run cooler. A thick blanket of caked-on grease and grime can act as an insulator, trapping heat in the engine. While it might not be a dramatic difference, allowing the engine block, finally, working on a clean engine is simply a much more pleasant and efficient experience. It's a sign of a well-maintained vehicle and a testament to an owner who truly cares.